Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Uh, Hope everybody's doing well this morning and hope you got some hot coffee. I just got that cup and it's hot. Let's see who we have over here this morning. We have a bunch of folks, looks like, and I'm already behind here. Paul Stewart's in the house. He says, good morning, thumbs up. Thank you, Paul. We got a few of them going over there. Dave Clemens in the house. 68 and wet, headed to 70 and dry in wonderful Brooklyn, Michigan. Okay. Good to see you, Dave. Larry Gall says, good morning, folks. The rain has arrived. Yeah, it's overcast today. Sun popped out a couple of times, but I think we have like a 10 or 20% chance of rain now, and it keeps getting, gets all the way up to about 70 or 80% by this afternoon. So probably going to get wet. Let's see here. Troy Pritchard's in the house. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for confirming that it's Tuesday. Sometimes I'm just not so sure. They all just run together. They all, I'm such a creature of habit anyway. Every day starts off exactly the same. It's almost like living in what was that movie, Groundhog Day or something like that. Let's see, Earl Walker's here. It says 66 going to 75. Some rain through the day, but good. Thumbs up. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We woke up this morning. Heck, can't get much better than that. Steve Gronsky's here. It says 72 headed to 86. Mostly sunny. Thumbs up. Thank you, Steve. Good to see you. LB Sharp's here. Good to see you, LB. Let's see. Keith Stanford says, just dropped in to leave a like, heading back home in a few. All right. Well, have a safe trip, Keith, and be careful. I think he was visiting Connecticut, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Steve in Toronto's here this morning. Good morning, everyone. Glad to be here for another show. Me too. Me too. Michael Bell's here this morning. How you doing, Michael? Bob Sims from across the pond. I'm going to be talking trains here in a little bit because Bob sent me some more pictures and a little email, so I'll share them with y'all. Thanks for sending those, Bob. I appreciate you. Kevin Els is still under construction there, or construction stalled. Good to see you, Kevin. Brian Mooney's here. How you doing, Brian? Good to see you. Let's see here. There's Jim Santacola. Happy Tuesday. Cloudy and cooler day, says. And here's the Facebook crew showing up. Janet is here, watching over on Facebook. Thank you so much, Janet, for showing up. There's Ed White. How you doing, Ed? Good to see you this morning. Bart Bixel. Good Tuesday morning. And Chris Tackett. Good morning, Chris. How you doing? Tim Halcomb, watching on YouTube. There's my buddy Doug Sisk. Morning all. 68 headed to 78. Got some much needed rain last night. Good. Help out that garden. Wilson Rubon. Good morning, sir. George Rothfuss is here. How you doing, George? Good to see you. There's a Wild Bill Larison. How you doing, Bill? Hope everything's well in Plainfield. Darren Birds is watching also on Facebook. Good to see you. Let me just look at this thing. It says Yeah, it says there's 8 of y'all watching on Facebook. Mike Reynolds, good morning, Dave and Company. Cloudy here at GRL. Happy Tuesday. Good morning to you, Mike. Oh, this is breaking news here. Breaking news. Flash sale, 20% off select items at the All American Clothing Company. Hashtag not sponsored. Use promo code USA20. So there you go. And you guys know why I talk about that company. I'm wearing their stuff right now. Great clothes made in the U.S. Arcanum, Ohio, I think is where they're at. But everything, every last thread and everything is all produced right here in the U.S. So check them out. And I don't make a dime for telling you that. I just tell you that because I want folks to buy American. You know, we need to do that as much as we can. All right, let me. I got some pictures queued up over here that Bob sent me. Let me go find his email, and I will share these pictures with you. I'm going to start here. He says, Bob says, hi, Dave. Sorry I did not send these pics earlier, but I've been very busy. Anyway, here are a few pictures of the new loco I am building. The pictures show M1, the chassis. That's this picture here. Now, is that some of that stuff looks like stainless to me? Is that stainless steel? And if so, how are you cutting it? Are you using some kind of laser or something? That's what it looks like it might be. Okay, so M1 is the chassis. Let me start scrolling here. This is M2. The body work that he has cut, then filed. A lot of filing, he says. Then pictures M4 and 5 show the chassis assembled and ready to weld together. Yeah. Let's see. Mild steel, he says. Okay. Milling machine and lots of filing. Okay. Yeah, that must take a lot of time to run that on a milling machine. Let's see, where am I at here? This is M3. Oh, no, that's M5. Okay, so that's that one. Now let me go back here. He says, I've also included a picture of the bridge I have built for the railway to span the pathway. This has to be removable so that I can use the path. I hope you like them. I will pass on more as I build the local. Yeah, I love seeing these things. I love trains. This is cool. Now I'm trying to look at something. Well, let's see. I guess I'll just look at the this little thing right back here to try to give me a perspective of the scale. That is cool, Bob. I really like this stuff. Thanks for sharing those pictures with us, and keep them coming. Yeah, keep them coming. I like seeing stuff like that. And it sure beats anything we can talk about that's on the news. So yeah, we'll talk trains every morning if we have to. Let's see here. All right, we got some more explanations here. Hey, there's Doc Whitaker. How you doing, Doc? Good to see you. Bob says brass for the body, M2. Okay, yeah, I thought that looked like brass. Troy says great work. Wilson Rubottom says awesome. Yep. Bridge is 1 meter long. So if I remember correctly, that's 39.39 something inches. 3937, I think. I think that's what it is. I'm not much of a metric guy. Yeah, Dave says awesome craftsmanship, Bob. Yeah, that is. That is. Janet says, have you seen the petition to change Columbus, Ohio to Flavortown, Ohio? Crazy train is running strong. Yeah. I tell you, Janet, I'm just, I couldn't even watch any of the news this morning. I turned it on and it's like the first 5 seconds I was mad. And I'm like, turning it off. So I did. I turned it off. I'm not watching it anymore. It's just ridiculous. I'll try to stay aware enough so that I'll know if anybody's going to come marching down my street, so they won't. But yeah, I kind of worry because they're just tearing up everything, and not very far from me, right? Probably, well, it's about a half-mile away. There's a park. I'm not even going to mention the name of the park, but it's a park over there, and they have, there's like 4 or 5 big baseball fields, and there's a trail to walk. It looks like a big barn, but it's actually some kind of museum. I'm not sure what's in there. I think they've got old cars and different things in there. And then there's also right outside the barn, there is a one of those big, what do they call them? The Huey helicopters, I think. From the Vietnam era, and it's mounted on something kind of like that, so you can go over there and check that out and stuff. But they also built a really nice wall. There's like a hill that you walk. When you walk the trail, you come up this hill and come around, and there's like this open area, and there's it's up on the hill, and there's a wall where they have memorials of all kinds of stuff, Vietnam, Korean War, World War II, World War I, all that stuff. And they have lots of flags. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a flag from every state there. And then, of course, every Memorial Day, they have now they didn't do it this year, I don't think, because of all the social distancing stuff. But they usually have a pretty good little crowd over there for their memorial service and stuff. But yeah, I can just see that getting tore up. But hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, I'm gonna take a sabbatical from all the news and stuff. I got new toys to play with, so that's going to keep me busy. Plus, I'm kind of busy anyway with all the other stuff I do. Gatton CNCs. Yeah, I saw Doug. I saw Danny Russell post something this morning about that because, of course, he's in Morrisville. But yeah, that'll get interesting. Stephen Toronto says, I'm a couple of miles from the Jefferson Davis Confederate home. Yeah. Yeah. All this craziness that's going on is just, I don't know what to say. It's just nuts. I don't know how much more, they're going to take, or we're going to take. We're going to have to do something. Yeah, they're eliminating history, but I mean, it's still history. It still happens, so it doesn't really change anything. Yeah, LB says, did anyone get the COVID-19 exposure notifications app? Yeah. Since you brought that up, this is let me move that comment now. Here's mine's an Android. But if I just go to where all the apps are, this is a public service, you guys here. Of course, I can't do nothing without my glasses. And do I even have any glasses in here? Yeah, here we go. And I go to where the settings thing is, hit that. And then it comes up with all this crazy stuff. And you just scroll down, or at least on mine, you scroll down until you see Google. And you click Google. And it will come up with my Google account. And right there on the very top thing, I don't know if you can see that, it says COVID-19 exposure notifications. So if I hit that, it says that, I have to hold it here. It says this feature is off. And like I mentioned the other day, I have been keeping the location thing turned off, although they can still track different ways. But I just got where now when I go somewhere, I just leave the phone at home. So, hopefully I won't have something happen where I need it, but used to get by without them for years. So let's see if we got any good news from anybody over here. Yeah, that's the way it is. It's that Google update. They put it on there, and they will automatically turn it on, and then they don't tell you anything about it. It's 1984, folks. We think it's 2020, but it's getting to be 1984. Let's see. Bob's got something here. Let's see if this is. On this day in 1868, Christopher Latham Sholes patents the Sholes and Glidden typewriter, the first commercially successful of its kind. Interesting. Sholes and Glidden typewriter. I don't know that I've ever heard that name. I think there used to be an old typewriter called Royal, I think. And what's those other ones that used to be so popular? It's funny. It's funny because when you bring something up like that, it takes me back and makes me think. But I can remember, and some of you Danville folks that are watching will remember too. Remember Mrs. Porter? Mrs. Porter was my typing class teacher. And they had the only reason I took that class is because my girlfriend at the time was going to take it. So I thought, well, maybe I could take that class and we'd get to be in the class together. So that's really the only reason I signed up. And looking back now, I'm so happy that I did, because when you do typing, and back then, I'm an old fart, so back then when I took typing class, it was the old manual. I don't remember what brand it was. I think they did have a few IBM Selectrics or something that were probably out then, but I remember the one I had was an old manual. typewriter. So yeah, Underwood is one of them. Thank you, Jim Senicola. Um, but but yeah, I remember after that, you know, everybody types, and now's the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country, and blah blah blah. I could still type that one pretty fast. But I remember after that, for a long time, I never used typing. Yeah, and I didn't do it. There wasn't computers yet and stuff like that. Um, yeah, Royal's the other one. Thank you, Doug. Um, but then when computers come about, uh, and my first one was a Commodore VIC 20. So again, I'm telling my age here. But and then the more you get into computers and stuff, and as I do stuff on the computer now, I look back and I thank Mrs. Porter for you know getting on you when you're trying to type, looking over here at the stuff, and then you keep cheating and looking at the keys. Yeah, but yeah, the muscle memory and stuff, it's still there. So that's good. So thank you, Mrs. Porter. Uh, wasn't one of my wasn't one of my favorite teachers, but one of them that I'm most thankful for. Janet wants to know, would that be the Glidden paint people? I don't know. Well, maybe Bob will respond to that. I don't know. Doug says, still kick myself for not taking it. Yeah. It wasn't a real fun class. And like I said, Mrs. Porter, she wasn't like, she was pretty serious about stuff. Smith Corona. Yeah. Google. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, those are another brand. But yeah, Mrs. Porter was pretty serious about stuff. But and if I'm not mistaken, didn't she also teach? I didn't take this, but didn't she also teach shorthand? Um, I still don't understand that stuff. That just looks like a bunch of doctors writing to me. And I don't know if anybody uses it now anymore. I don't know how that. But that was something weird, I thought. But yeah, I'm so happy that I took that typing class back in the day. I'm trying to think of when that was. That would have been 71, 72, something like that. So Doug, I'm guessing then, since you said you didn't take that class, does that mean you're one of those hunting peckers? The one finger, what I call the hunting peckers. Remington, yeah, I think that was another one. Oh, yeah. Here we got Jim says the Scholes and Glenn typewriter, also known as the Remington #1, was the first commercially successful typewriter. Well, since we're talking about typewriters, principally designed by the American inventor Christopher Latham Scholes. I'm just going to see what. Yeah, let's see. Man, let me. Let me share this screen here. This is what I get when I Google. Let's see this. Here's an Underwood. That's about like what I remember typing with in Mrs. Porter's class. That's crazy. But yeah, see, there's some of these. What is this one here? A Corona. Does that say Corona? What does it say? Oh my gosh, it says Corona. Yeah, a lot of. And this is kind of like the old kind of telephones. People now wouldn't even know what to do with these. Yeah, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Good times. Jim says he has an old Underwood. Yeah. And I remember my mom for the longest time had had one of those IBM Selectrics, and it didn't have the little things that went and hit the paper like that. It had that little ball that spun around really fast. I mean, that was some pretty slick stuff back in the day. Yeah, Doug says Porter and McElwain. Yeah, yeah, shorthand and typing. Okay. Yeah, I never did. I didn't even try to take shorthand, uh, which, like I said, I don't know if anybody even uses that. I guess if you took it and knew how to use it, you could write in code and stuff. Yeah, like a golf ball type thing. Had that thing, and you could have that little lever on the top. You could raise it up and pop it off and put a different font on there. And that was like, man, that was some pretty hot stuff back in the day. You had one of those; they were expensive. Um, I remember my mom; she had one where she worked, you know, at the office, and then so she got one for the home too. And I remember it was pretty nice. Heavy, man, those things were heavy. Yeah, yeah. Used to have to take the used to have to take the whiteout tape on there to fix the thing, and it seemed like it never would hit exactly the same spot where the misspelling was. So it always, what a mess that stuff was. Yeah. Doug says, "Did I take it at the in the old school or the new one?" I was at the that was at the old one in on Wayne Street. Um, and I'm trying to remember. I was either a sophomore or maybe I was a junior. I can't remember. But I remember my girlfriend at the time, and you probably know who that is, Doug, uh, was taking that class, so that's why I took it. She was a year younger than me, so it had to be at least my sophomore year when I took that class. Uh, yeah, Dave heard my timer and said it's time to get changing blades on my tractor so I can mow a couple of clients later today. Have a safe and happy Tuesday. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got some work to do out in the shop, and I'll play around with my new toys a little bit. I got a good idea for a T-shirt, or I think it's a good idea. I'll model all the stuff I make so you guys can see it. But Yeah, coming up with some different things. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. I hope everybody has an awesome Tuesday. And if you're not doing nothing tomorrow, come back and join us for the Hump Day edition of the coffee sessions. This is, let's see, where are we at now? 186. 186. And I'm still stuck on 101 subscribers too. Can't get any traction here. Just the same old folks coming here. But I appreciate every one of you. All right, we're gonna get out of here. See y'all tomorrow. Be safe and have a good Tuesday.